Going on, YouTube family? Back at you guys again with another video. Today's video I want to go over the inventory placement program. A lot of you guys have been reaching out asking me how do I send all of my products to the same warehouse. Well, that is mostly because I use the inventory placement program, and in this video I'm going to go over the pros, the cons, how it works, how much it costs, so on and so forth. But basically what it is it has you send, let's say you have one SKU of item, maybe you have 50 of them. Instead of splitting your shipments to different warehouses across the country, forcing you to ship multiple different shipments, it will assign that same SKU to one warehouse. You'll ship it to that one warehouse, and then Amazon will distribute that product around the country. I have found it works well with just creating shipments in general with multiple items. They usually all get sent to one or two warehouses, which really cuts down on shipping costs. But this is just something you guys are going to have to see. Is it worth your time? Is it worth saving the time to spend a little bit of extra money, so on and so forth? So I just want to go over what inventory placement program is. They are going to charge you an extra fee per unit because they're having to distribute your products around the country. And they do that so when customers order, it reduces shipping time. So with Prime, if you're doing FBA, they want to get that product to the customer as fast as possible. So having your product scattered around the country will definitely help that happen. So if your product's a pound or less, it's going to cost you 30 cents a unit. If it's 1 to 2 pounds, 40 cents a unit. Over 2 pounds, 40 cents plus 10 cents additional pound over the first 2 pounds. Oversized products, you guys should just definitely come and check out how this works. You can read over it, see if it's going to help you guys out or not. I use it personally simply because, one, it saves on time. I don't have to create as much shipments. I don't have to divide products into different shipments to ship all over the country, because sometimes they'll have you ship to 12, 15 different warehouses, and that can take a lot of time to sort your items, package them all into different shipments, shipping labels, making different shipments, so on and so forth. So this can definitely save you a lot of time. It costs a bit of extra money. So you guys are going to have to see if that's going to work out for you guys or not. But most of the time you'll only have to ship to 1 or 2 different warehouses, which really helps out a lot if you're willing to pay the extra fee, especially if you're sending out hundreds of items a week. It can get, if you're trying to manage your time well, this could definitely be something that benefits you, as well as if you're like private label. You definitely don't want your private label shipment getting split up and having to have your supplier send it to multiple different warehouses. It's just going to confuse it because half the time they don't really speak that good of English to begin with. So with private label, it just helps having all of your units sent to one warehouse and then distributed out across the country. So basically we went over how it works, so on and so forth. Send your products to one warehouse, Amazon distributes them to a bunch of different warehouses. The pros of using this service with Amazon is ships items to one warehouse most of the time. Sometimes you'll ship to 2 different ones, just depending, but a lot of the time it's to one warehouse. Saves time. You don't have to make tons of different shipments, boxes, taping, packaging, prepping, all that different stuff. It saves a lot of time with prepping, and it saves money on shipping if you're not having to ship to 12 different warehouses, so on and so forth. The cons is the additional item per item fee. So if you're, let's say it's a pound or less, maybe you're doing books, it's going to be an extra 30 cents per book or item, up to 40 cents. Like with shoes, I pay 40 to 50 cents for each one to get distributed. So if you're sending in, let's say you sent in 1,000 items this month, it could cost you anywhere from $400, $500, $600 for the inventory placement service. So again, you guys have to see if it's going to fit your business model, and if you're still going to be making that decent profit. Another thing is it takes longer for your items to become available. So I don't know if you guys have ever noticed, but when you're shopping on Amazon, sometimes it'll say this item is not available until 10 days from now or 7 or 5 days from now. That's mostly because they are using the inventory placement service, so the products are being distributed around, so they don't want someone ordering your product and then having it take a long time to ship because it's in between warehouses, so on and so forth. So it can take longer for your inventory to go active, pretty much to be readily. It'll be active once it hits the warehouse, but it will have that thing where it says this item isn't available until this time, which affects your winning the buy box and just a bunch of different things. So that is definitely one con. When you send it to the warehouse it wants you to, your items usually go active right then and there. But when you use inventory placement services, they'll still be active. They just won't be available for a week, 10 days out. So that's one of the biggest cons. How to actually turn on inventory placement, if you guys don't know, you just go to your Seller Central. In the top right hand corner, you click on Settings. You go down, click Fulfillment by Amazon, go down, click Inbound Settings, and click Edit. Then you go to the inventory placement option section and click inventory placement service. It's the second one down. There's two options. It will be the bottom option, and then just click update, and then that's how you turn inventory placement service on. You guys should all definitely try it out. If you don't see it's benefiting you, you can always go in, turn it right on, turn it on, turn it off, so on and so forth. It's super easy to turn on and off. So if it works, you see it's not working good for you, you can just go turn it off and then recreate that same shipment. So it's not a big deal, but definitely try it out, see if it's going to save you time. It'll tell you how much you're going to have to pay for the inventory placement, so you'll kind of know and try to add that into your profits. But yeah, so if you guys want, should you use it? It saves time, less shipments to different warehouses. So that's going to be up to you guys. I just thought I'd make a video because a lot of people have been asking me. They see in my videos a lot of my shipments are all going to the same warehouse, and then they create a shipment with like 50 books and it says you need to send it to 8 different warehouses. Well, that's because I do use inventory placement. So hopefully you guys gained some value from this video. If you did, subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment. If you're new, join the free Facebook group down below, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for the next video.